We are discussing Unit 3. So, this is the outline of Unit 3. So, heading of Unit 3 is transient analysis, or otherwise called as transients. And so, here what is the method we are using, and what is the type of transient, and what is the type of circuit, and what is the type of model. So, we are discussing differential equation approach, DC transients, which depends on the type of source. So, here type of source is DC. So that's why corresponding transient is said to be DC transients, and we are discussing RLC circuits. We completed RL circuits and we completed RC circuits. We are discussing RLC circuits and circuit connected to the source at t equal to 0. So a problem related to circuit connected to the source at t equal to 0. RLC circuit connected to the DC source at t equal to 0. So by using a differential equation approach. So here note, so if you note this first order differential equation and second order differential equation. So first order differential equation, so there are two types of first order differential equations: non homogeneous equation and homogeneous equation. So non homogeneous equation is in this form: dy by dx plus py equal to q, and the solution of this first order non homogeneous equation is y is equals to q by p plus k into e power minus pt. So here q by p is called as particular integral or steady state value, and k into e power minus px is called as transient part of the solution, or otherwise complementary function. So this is the steady state value and this is the transient part. So similarly for homogeneous equation means q value becomes 0. So in non-homogeneous equation, if you keep q equal to 0, it becomes a homogeneous equation. So similarly solution for this homogeneous equation, so take q equal to 0 in the solution of non-homogeneous equation, it becomes a solution of the homogeneous first order differential equation, y equal to k into e power minus px. Now second order differential equation. So second order differential equation is in this form. So d square y by dx square plus 2 zeta omega n dy by dx plus omega n square y equal to 0. So here there are four cases. So zeta equal to 1, zeta is in between 0 and 1, zeta equal to 1 and zeta greater than 1. So second order differential equation has four cases. It depends on the value of zeta. So if zeta equal to 0 is one case, zeta in between 0 and 1 is one case, zeta equal to 1 is one case, and zeta greater than 1 is one case. So for zeta equal to 0, the roots are imaginary. The response is undamped response, and the solution mathematical equation. So the solution for this differential equation, if zeta equal to 0, is in this form: y equal to c1 cos k2x plus c2 sin k2x, where c1 and c2 are the constants which we have to get from the initial conditions, and k2 value depends on the value of RLC. So similarly case 2 is in when zeta is in between 0 and 1. So the roots are complex conjugate, the response is underdamped response, and the solution of this differential equation when zeta is in between 0 and 1 is y equal to e power k1x c1 cos k2x plus c2 sin k2x. So here c1 and c2 are the constants which we have to get from the initial conditions, and k1 and k2 depends on the values of RLC. So similarly for zeta equal to 1, so this when zeta is in between 0 and 1 is the practical case. So case 3 is zeta equal to 1. So when zeta equal to 1, the roots are real and equal. Here we get two roots because it is a second order differential equation. So you get two roots here. So the roots, where the roots present? If zeta equal to 0, roots present on the imaginary axis. So if zeta is in between 0 and 1, it is a complex conjugate roots. So roots present on the second quadrant and third quadrant. So if zeta equal to 1, roots are real and equal roots, negative real roots and equal roots. The response is a critically damped response, and the response is of this type: y equal to e power k1x c1 plus c2x. So k1 depends on the value of k1 depends on the values RLC, and c1 and c2 are the constants which we have to get from the initial conditions. Next and last case is case 4, zeta greater than 1. the roots are real and distinct or unequal. So distinct means unequal. So the response is overdamped response. So the response is overdamped response. And the mathematical expression for the response is in this form: y equal to c1 e power k1 plus k2x plus c2 e power k1 minus k2x. So now let me take a problem on this second order differential equation connected to DC source at t equal to 0. So obtain current I of t for t greater than 0 using time domain approach. So this is the circuit given. So 100 volts DC source, resistor 10 ohms, 0.5 Henry inductor, 1 microfarad capacitor. Time domain approach. So type of technique which we are using, time domain analysis or differential equation approach. And so type of source, type of transient is DC transient, because we are connecting RLC circuit to the DC source. So type of source is DC, that's why it is said to be a DC transient. And what is the type of circuit means RLC circuit. Resistor is there, inductor is there, and capacitor is there. So that's why it comes under RLC circuit. And what is the model means RLC circuit connected to the source at t equal to 0. So first let us write the equivalent circuits at t equal to 0 minus, at t equal to 0 plus, and at t equal to infinity. So which are called as equivalent circuits at t equal to 0 minus. So 100 volt source is there. So we are closing the switch at t equal to 0. We are connecting this RLC circuit to the source at t equal to 0. Means before 0. T is equal to 0 minus means before 0. So just before 0. So circuit, the switch is said to be open. So open the switch. Resistor behaves as resistor. And inductor is short circuited, because at steady state t equal to 0 minus is steady state, and capacitor is open circuited. So and capacitor is open circuited because at steady state capacitor is open circuited. So there is no current because there is two open circuits. Switch is not closed, capacitor acts as open circuit. So current in the circuit is 0, voltage across the resistor is 0, voltage across the inductor is 0, and voltage across the capacitor is also 0. So next at t equal to 0 plus. So 0 plus means immediately after closing the switch. So let us try to draw the equivalent circuit. We can draw the equivalent circuits at t equal to 0 minus, t equal to 0 plus, and t equal to infinity, or otherwise 5 time constants. At t equal to 0 plus, just immediately after closing the switch. So switch is closed, 100 volts, resistor behaves as resistor. So nature of inductor at t equal to 0 plus is open circuit, and the nature of capacitor at t equal to 0 plus is a short circuit. So again, because inductor is open circuit, current in the circuit is 0, and as current is 0, voltage across the resistor is 0. So this is the only open circuit inductor. So current voltage drop across resistor is 0. So this 100 volts DC source comes across the inductor. So voltage across the inductor is 100 volts. Next, as capacitor is short circuit, so voltage across the capacitor is 0. So VC of 0 plus is equal to 0. So this is the equivalent circuit and the information at t equal to 0 plus. So similarly at t equal to infinity. So at t equal to infinity, 100 volts, switch is closed, 10 ohms. Inductor, nature of inductor is a short circuit, and the nature of capacitor is, so nature of capacitor is open circuit. So this is the equivalent circuit at t equal to infinity or 5 time constants, and the values are as capacitor is open circuit, current in the circuit is 0. So as current is 0, voltage across the resistor is 0. So as inductor is short circuited, voltage across the inductor is 0. As capacitor is open circuit, this 100 volts comes across the capacitor now. So voltage across the capacitor is 100 volts. So this is the equivalent circuits at t equal to 0 minus, t equal to 0 plus, and t equal to infinity, and related values. So now the time between 0 plus and infinity is nothing but a transient. So we have to analyze the circuit during the transient in between 0 plus and t equal to infinity. So for t greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0, So switch is closed, DC source 10 ohms, take inductor as it is and take capacitor as it is. So to analyze the circuit during transients, we are taking inductor as it is and capacitor as it is. So and now let I of t is the current in the circuit flowing. So apply KVL in the loop. So 100 equal to 10 I of t plus 0.5 d I of t by dt plus 10 power 6 integration I of t dt. So RLC values are given. So RLC values are given. R is 10 ohms, so L is 0.5 Henry and C is 1 microfarad. So differentiating equation 1, so you get, so left side it is 0 because it is a constant. So 10 d I of t by dt plus 0.5 d square I of t by dt square plus 10 power 6 I of t equal to 0. So make coefficient of d square I of t by dt square as 1. So divide entire equation with 0.5. So you get d square I of t by dt square plus 20 d I of t by dt plus 2 into 10 power 6 I of t equal to 0, second equation. So compare this with the standard form of the second order system. So standard form of the second order system is d square I of t by dt square plus 2 zeta omega n d I of t by dt plus omega n square I of t equal to 0. So here I of t is the current in the circuit during transient, that is in between 0 and 5 time constants. Zeta is called as damping ratio, omega n is called as natural frequency of oscillation. So comparing equation 2 with equation 3, so you get omega n equal to 1414.2 radians per second and compare the coefficient of d I of t by dt. So you get 2 zeta omega n equal to 20. So substitute omega n and get zeta 2 zeta omega n equal to 20. Zeta equal to 7.07 milli. So 7.07 milli. So let d by dt equal to d. So d square plus 20d plus 2 into 10 power 6 I of t equal to 0. Now we have to get the values of k1 and k2. So k1 and k2 values depends on the values of RLC. So k1 equal to minus r by 2l and k2 equal to root over r by 2l whole square minus 1 by LC. Take magnitude of r by 2l whole square minus 1 by LC. Even if you get a negative value, you take that as a positive. And time constant equal to 1 by zeta omega n. If you know the value of zeta and omega n, you can find the time constant for second order system. So time constant tau equal to 1 by zeta omega n. Here if you substitute the values of RLC, if you substitute the values of zeta and omega n, you get 0.1 seconds. So 5 time constants equal to 0.5 seconds. So tau equal to 1 by zeta omega n equal to 2l by r, which is equals to 0.1 seconds. So if you know the time constant, so for time constant period, so circuit goes into the steady state. So to find the solution, that is the expression for the current in the circuit for t greater than or equal to 0, we need k1, k2 values. So k1 and k2 depends on the values of RLC. So you can find k1. So k1 equal to minus 10 and k2 equal to 1414.2. So if you substitute that values, you get k1 equal to minus 10 and k2 equal to 1414.2. The roots are complex conjugate because zeta equal to 7.07 millis, which is in between 0 and 1. So milli, if you take milli, 0.00707. So 0.007. So del value is 0.007. So which is in between 0 and 1. So that's why the roots are complex conjugate and the type of response is underdamped response and the roots are complex conjugate. So the current expression for the current is, so I of t equal to e power k1t c1 cos k2t plus c2 sin k2t. So this is the mathematical expression for this case. When roots are complex conjugate, the response is underdamped response and the expression for the current is I of t equal to e power k1t c1 cos k2t plus c2 sin k2t. So k1 is minus 10 and k2 is 1414.2. So now we have to find the values of c1 and c2. So this equation 5 is not the complete solution. We have to substitute k1, k2, c1, c2. So substitute k1 and k2 values. So if you substitute before substituting the values, so you can find the C1 and C2 by using initial conditions. So t equal to 0. At t equal to 0, current in the circuit is 0. So use that condition. At t equal to 0, 0 minus to 0 plus, current in the circuit is 0. So use that condition. I of 0 equal to 0 equal to e power 0 is 1 is c1 cos 0 plus c2 sin 0. Again sin 0 is 0. So c1 cos 0 is 1. So c1 into 1 is equals to 0. So c1 value is 0. So you substitute that c1 value is 0 in this equation 5 and reduce this mathematical expression. So I of t becomes, so I of t is equals to, so I of 0 equal to 0 equal to c1. So substitute this in equation 5. So I of t now is c2 e power minus 10t sin 14.2 t 2t. Now we have to find the value of c2. So by using initial conditions. So again now use voltage across the inductor at t equal to 0. So voltage across the inductor at t equal to 0 is, so voltage across the inductor at t equal to 0 is 100 volts. So how do you get the mathematical expression? VL of t equal to L into di of t by dt. So this is the I of t. You differentiate that I of t with respect to time and multiply that with L. So it is VL of t. So at t equal to 0, if you take t equal to 0, that becomes the voltage across the inductor at t equal to 0. So which is equals to 0.5. So here I of t, differentiate this I of t. So 0.5. So VL of t equal to L into, so differentiating this I of t. So C2 is a constant, take out of the differentiation. It is in the form of UV formula, U dV plus V du. So U, so 0.5 C2 e power minus 10 dV. Differentiate this sin 14.2 t. It becomes cos 14.2 t. And again differentiate this 14.2 t into with respect to time. So you get 14.2 plus. Now you take sin 14.2 t as it is and differentiate this e power minus 10 t. So if you differentiate e power minus 10 t, e power minus 10 t into, if you differentiate minus 10 t, you get minus 10. So now you substitute that value t equal to 0, which is equals to 100. So 0.5 c2 t equal to 0. So cos 0 is 1. So you get e power 0 is 1, cos 0 is 1. So 14 t plus sin 0, this becomes 0. So finally from this expression you can find this c2. So substitute that value c2 in equation 7. So you get a complete solution for the current in between 0 and 5 time constant. So I of t equal to 0.1414 e power minus 10 t sin 14.2 t. So if you draw the waveform, so before 0 current in the circuit is 0, after 5 time constants current in the circuit is 0, but in between 0 to 5 time constants, so there is an oscillation. It is a sinusoidal signal multiplied with exponentially decaying signal. So product of these two signals. So here are two signals, sinusoidal signal and exponentially decaying signal. So product of these two signals is, this is the signal. So it oscillates, but its magnitude going to be dumped out. So at 5 time constants onwards, magnitude is 0. So this is the problem. So related to RLC circuit connected to DC voltage source at t equal to 0 by using differential equation approach. So very important. So in next video, so I take up the same RLC circuits but with using Laplace transform approach. So instead of going to AC sources, so next video I take up so Laplace transform approach, DC transient, RL circuit, RC circuit and RLC circuit and all the models. So whatever discussed, we discussed with the differential equation. Now let us discuss with the Laplace transform approach. So AC transients, leave this AC transients as a choice, under choice. So you prepare only DC transient in both the techniques. So differential equation approach and Laplace transform approach, and for all the circuits and for all the models. So now up to now we discussed differential equation approach, DC transients, all the circuits and all the models. From next video I take up Laplace transform approach, DC transient, all the circuits and all the models. So I am not going to discuss this AC transients and leave the AC transients for choice.